Welcome back to the channel. Today marks video number 11 or 12. I'm losing count of our brand new community. For those of you that have subscribed, thank you so much for the support. And if this is your first time joining, what we are trying to accomplish on this channel is to maximize crypto gains, protect profit, and hopefully in time, if we're patient, make some life-changing money. And we are going to be exploring every which way possible, whether it's pre-sales, IDOs, finding low market cap gems in decentralized applications, or just good old trade setups. So in today's video, we are going to cover Polygon MATIC. But before I get started, I am not a financial advisor. Everything that I'm going to cover is for fun, entertainment, education, and inspiration. So Polygon MATIC, let's talk about it real quick before we get into the charts. You've probably heard of it, and it's really come up the ranks in the last few months. And why is it Polygon? Why is it MATIC, right? So MATIC is the token which gives the project stability and governance, and Polygon is the multi-chain network. So how is it different than others? Well, it is, in my opinion, the most advanced layer 2 solution for Ethereum. But what's very, very cool about Polygon is that it can be much more than that. So let's just say, for example, that an ETH killer, right? You're always hearing about these Ethereum killers, whether it's going to be ADA or whoever, comes up and becomes the blockchain of choice. Well, Polygon is set up so where it can replicate everything that it's done for Ethereum for that blockchain. So if Ethereum one day goes away, it doesn't mean that Polygon's going to go away. If anything, Polygon will probably be the most prepared than any other project to be the layer 2 solution of choice for that project. So a lot to cover with Polygon as far as fundamentals and technically. One other thing that I did want to bring up as well is that it does differentiate in some very, very unique ways from some of the other projects like Solana, like AVAX. So for example, it can take in all of the benefits of the Ethereum blockchain while at the same time offering more power, more governance, and this is really important, it kind of has the lead now due to some acquisitions and due to just organic growth. It has the lead with the whole CK rollup narrative, which is really real. So with CK rollups, I've talked about a little bit in prior videos. The net of a CK rollup is that it helps with congestion, helps with fees and with scalability, but does it in a way where it reduces the cost the more that the network is used. So now Solana and AVAX, for example, their fees have been going up lately and they're getting more and more congested and having some of the scalability issues that you see with Ethereum. Well, with CK rollups, the more the network is used, the more the fees fall. So it's a very cool concept, and I'm very excited to see how that happens because I'm sick and tired of spending so much money on Ethereum fees, and I'm sure you are too. So real quick, let's get into the charts, and then I will give a price prediction for kind of like a short-term price prediction, and then more of a long-term price prediction for Polygon MATIC. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to cover from the start is that about 70% of the tokens are in fact in circulation. So the market cap right now is 13 billion, but the fully diluted market cap is closer to 18.5 billion. So as I talk about price predictions and things of that nature, I'm just going to go, let's just assume that it's 18.5 billion. And the reason for that is that the tokens are being that are not in circulation right now, they're being dispersed monthly. And this is going to keep happening consistently with, I believe, from what I've read, their goal is to have all the tokens circulated by the end of 2022. So we're close enough to that to where I think if we're going to do price predictions and apply some math here, let's just apply it based on the assumption that all 10 billion tokens will be in circulation by the end of 2022, which will just kind of make the price predictions more realistic. So that is one thing that it has against it, that it still has a bit to go as far as circulating supply. So the market cap, 18.5 billion, right, which is fully diluted. So one of the things you're probably thinking about is, wow, that's already so high. How am I going to make any money off a token that already has such a high market cap? Well, one thing to keep in mind is that this project is still in its very, very early stages. And right now, well, let me give you an example. Polygon is only being used, or MATIC is only being used in about 4 or 5 countries right now. Ethereum is being used in 100, and last time I checked, 112 countries. So as you can see, it's very, very early on, and it still has a long way to go as far as, you know, being a network and currency that's used. So there's a lot of room to grow here. So don't think that you missed the boat completely. Yeah, you kind of have missed the boat when it IDO'd. It IDO'd at 20% of a penny. So yeah, I mean, we did miss the boat in some ways, but there's still probably possibilities here, and we'll cover that in a second. Due to the fact that it's still very early on, it just is. And then another thing to kind of consider when we're talking about market cap is that this project has so much room to grow that I see it being, for example, like a BNB or something like that. So when we look at some of the major tokens that have really high market caps, I totally see Polygon MATIC getting up there. So for example, you know, Solana is at 48 billion, BNB is at 88 billion right now, but I know that they got as high as like 110, 120 billion at its high point. So that's something to consider as well. So don't think, yeah, I missed the boat, let me just focus on another project. And just real quick, I know I've covered this before, look, the macro is so important with these alts. And right now, as you can see from the Bitcoin Investor tool, the 2-year MA multiplier, we are nowhere close to the end of this bull run. So this bull run, historically, when a bull run ends, it's gone over this red line and then goes into some kind of parabolic crazy run, and then it starts dropping under the red line, and then that's when you know the bull run's over and a bear market's coming. We're nowhere close to that. So there is plenty of room for alts to grow in the months to come. I mean, we're just nowhere close to the end of this bull market, according to this chart right here that has been very predictable since the inception of Bitcoin. So going into the charts for MATIC, as you can see, it's been on this very nice channel for the most part. It did kind of jump back in May. It did jump the channel and just kind of went crazy. And then after going on such a crazy run, it retraced quite a bit. But basically, ever since it got back to the channel, it's kind of stayed in the channel for the most part. And it's this support line, kind of like in the video that I did for Link the other day. The support line has been incredibly dependable. So got to feel pretty comfortable that it's going to stay in this channel for quite some time. And anytime it gets close to the support levels, you got to fear that buyers are going to kick in pretty hard. I did notice that, you know, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. As you can see here, the top end of the range has been pretty dependable for telling you when to sell. And one thing that came up really obvious is because we are going to talk about exit strategies in a little bit, is how you can tell when looking at charts and looking at RSI, for example, when is a good time to sell. And this, I just wanted to call this out real quick. Right here at $2 and about 58 cents back on December 8th, it topped out. It was really close to the top of the range, so there's one red flag. But let me tell you why this would have been a huge red flag if I was day trading MATIC at that point in time, or swing trading it. Let's look at the RSI. I said it was December 8th, right? So look at December 8th. Look how the RSI right there is lower than the RSI top on December 3rd. Okay, so that is definitely a downtrend right there from those two. But keep that in mind, right? So the RSI is lower, but yet the price went higher. So if there's one thing that you're going to learn from today's video and apply it to your trades, is that whenever that happens, whenever the RSI is a little lower, but the price went higher than the previous peak, in a close amount of time like that, that is bearish divergence, and more times than not, that means that the price is going to fall. That means you've hit a local top, and the price is going to fall, and that is exactly what happened. So really important. Look, I don't keep a lot of indicators here. I mean, I have two other than the price, and but you can really rely on RSI in that way, and you can look at, just on your own as practice, look for those. But when that happens, it is time to sell, and then you just had like a confluence of reasons to sell, right? I mean, you're at the top of the range, and then if you look at the Momo on December 8th, it was, let's see if it was, well, the Momo was still pretty good. The Momo was not showing, so from the Momo perspective, it wasn't looking too bad. But then the very next day, boom. The very next day, the momentum was definitely starting to shift. Buyers are exhausted, and there you go. And just one other thing to point out is on the daily, we're now in negative momentum. So kind of an interesting time right now, basically for all coins, as Bitcoin is doing what I said on this channel was going to happen for a few weeks now, right? That it was going to stay on a downtrend. I'm definitely bearish on Bitcoin, or sideways on Bitcoin, for a few months. I'm sorry, for a few more weeks. I've been saying that for about 3 weeks now. But as long as Bitcoin on the daily doesn't go below 42,350, or on the weekly go below 39,800, it still has a very, very solid bullish posture, and this dip is just an opportunity to buy tokens like MATIC at a discount. So as far as MATIC and price predictions, I wanted to do I'm sorry, I'm back on the Bitcoin chart. As far as price predictions, short term, I definitely see it hitting the top end of this channel in the few months to come, probably before the end of Q1 of next year. I would expect it to top out against this ascending channel again, which, depending on where it happens or how far it happens, say it happens like mid-January, then you're probably looking at around close to $2.90, something like that. So short term, I think it looks really good as long as Bitcoin plays ball. Now, if it crosses this channel, right? So let's just say that a month from now or so, it goes over the resistance of this channel, probably back test the channel as far as support. Then it's just in crazy price discovery, and there's no telling how high it can go short term. It would be very hard to predict short term how high it can go once it's in price discovery, but it would be very interesting to see if it can turn this resistance into support. There's no telling how high it can go short term, but because it is so hard to predict a token like this once it's in price discovery, I think the safest call, if we want to do price predictions, like for example, for the end of 2022, would probably be back and just looking at what we see as far as market cap. And like I stated earlier, Binance Coin, 110, 120 market cap at its peak. So that just goes to show how there could be so much opportunity here for MATIC, especially because of the fact that it's such a strong project. So as far as price prediction for high end of 2022, I really think that just based on what other projects have done, I really do think that it actually does have quite a ways to go. I've seen some pretty crazy predictions as far as other YouTubers online and that sort of thing, and I gotta say that some of them sound a little high. But just based on some quick math, and we're basing everything off the diluted market cap of 18.5 billion. I really do think that a 5x from here is definitely doable within the next year. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think it's highly doable. And a 5x from here, that would put it at somewhere around 90 to 100 billion, and I think that's definitely possible. But I would just be very careful with some of these predictions you see where they're saying, oh, well, we're looking at a $12 to $20 MATIC next year. That seems kind of hard. It seems pretty unlikely. But I think as a realistic, even on the high-end prediction, I think a 5x from here, which would put MATIC at around $9 a coin or so, close to 10, I think is very, very possible. So that's my prediction. I would think that as far as short term, you know, if you do see it hit this resistance line and you see it bounce off it, that's definitely going to be a time to sell. And then just see if you can catch it back down, you know, down close to where, you know, support has been pretty trustworthy, and then run it up again. So just something to keep an eye on. So yeah, I think that it's a great project. I have absolutely no idea where this project will be in 5 years, but I think that as the ecosystem grows, the market grows, I do think that Polygon will be an integral part of it. And so I do think that it is a good long-term buy as well. But with, you know, tokens like this being just so erratic that just go on crazy runs and then retrace as much as they do, I'm just very reluctant to just like HODL it. I think if you just pay close attention to the charts, I think you can pick nice spots to sell and then to rebuy. So I hope this helps. If you want to keep seeing videos like this, please definitely hit the subscribe button. Don't smash it. I know a lot of people like to say to smash it. Don't smash it. We're not fans of violence on this channel, so just slightly hit it. And I hope to see you on the next video. And on the comments below, let me know if there's another token that you want me to cover. Actually, the reason why I decided to cover MATIC today was because someone in the comment section asked me to. And hope to see you in the next video. Take care.